Edward Kenway. This is Haytham's father from Assassin's Creed 3, which makes him Radunagedun's grandfather. He was a pirate in the golden age of piracy. This is a good opening shot. Or a good title drop shot. Obviously, since we're in the Caribbean, the buildings are smaller than they were in Renaissance Italy.
It was a truly awful pleasure.
See someone you know?
No, just putting on a friendly face. I shouldn't want to be mistaken for a pirate again.
Right. Flash rogue like yourself must be cautious.
Yeah.
I am very sure that's Robert Atkins playing Edward. I mean, we got our job to finish.
Spain and England were at war 2 years ago, isn't it? Here I am, bartering with Spaniards like they were my cousins. Nothing wrong, Duncan?
No, it's nothing. Sand in my hampers. So where's the best squad in town? I'm dying for a quick kip. Or a siesta, should I say.
I'm just headed to a public house now to meet some merchants. I could show you the way.
Well, lead on.
I hope you'll tarry a bit while I conduct my meeting. It'd be a great relief to have a man of your stature nearby in case of a misunderstanding.
I can hang about. I might have a drink.
Splendid. Drink.
But they don't take
He doesn't
time
realize
to
he's being
pilot shit,
used.
do they? Wonder how many stolen reals bought these men this purge.
Follow Steed Bonnet. That's an interesting comment, though. Like, oh yeah, you don't like pirates, but how much of this is stolen?
Don't know these women, do you?
No, they charge money for that kind
It's,
of
see,
privilege. Few dozen reals
if
for
it's
every-
legal, it's fine. If it's illegal, it's bad, though. Even though they're both theft.
I'm a married man.
Married man of their forte, mate.
I'm faithful to my wife, unlike you lecherous pig.
Aha.
I'm
Here's a purveyor
not
of
married, though,
personal
so...
defenses. I should acquire a blade for myself, Duncan, just as you have.
This rusty razor's nothing to admire.
Even so, I appear a mere kitten walking so close upon you. Perhaps a small dagger would suit me. Let's see what he's selling.
Maybe I'll buy a sword too. We'll both jump rank.
Oh, we'll be quite the pair, you and I. Twin devils.
Twin Devils. Let's do the weapon
Did
sender.
save your skin.
Ah, of course.
Cheers.
Why are these the same? But one costs more. What the fuck?
That's a better fit for me. How do you fare?
I had only enough for a small knife, sadly. Still, it'll do in a pinch. Oh, puffer duff. I've led us astray, Duncan.
Oh, no matter. I'll get us a better view. What are we looking for?
A tavern with a sort of courtyard interior.
Time to do the Assassin's Creed thing of climb a tall building and look out from a eagle's perch.
Every finger's a fishhook. That's how you tell a true sailor.
Yes, a fine way to put it.
Okay, that's a cool little conceit. He knows parkour because he's used to climbing aboard ships and ropes. So he's naturally kind of agile because of it. That's a cool little conceit to explain why we can do parkour without having no assassin's training. I don't think pirates did parkour back in those days, but it's a cool enough conceit that I'm willing to let it slide. It's fun.
I think I see
And you do want to be able to parkour immediately. You don't want to have to like unlock it later through some training.
Hang tight!
I can't breathe.
Stop or I'll break your knees when I catch you.
Oh, you don't want to do this, my man. You don't want to make me chase you.
You robbed the wrong man, mate. A fellow with dangerous friends.
Sure did, matey.
Otro más. ¿Qué tiempos estos? Más vale no quedarse aquí. Provocará a los guardias en cuanto a
I don't think your sword's actually that useful. But shouldn't have robbed the fucker.
Duncan! By Jove, you're alive!
Of course I am. That filch was no fuss.
Oh, yes.
I like his he's just a fucking a sailor dude who has like loose lips jargon. I love it. I genuinely love it. It's really like, oh yeah, the way he speaks tells you about his character. Just his mode of talking.
Dago country. I'm English myself. Biding my time till the next war calls me to service.
Lucky King George. Having a piss pot like you flying his flag.
Piss pot? We're not playing Unity.
I've seen your face before. You's mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your fucking gob or I'll fill it with shot. You hear me?
Edward, is it?
Hey, I warned him.
This is the kind of man our protagonist is.
I'll give you one. Come on, lads. I've seen bigger arms on a third. Break his defense.
And now we do the counter kill. The quintessential Assassin's Creed gameplay.
One more. Come on.
Who else wants some? Get down, fool.
You're not leaving me!
I'll catch you up.
Perro inglés.
Goodbye. Oh. They saw me. Time to climb a tall building. Get up! Oh, god damn you! Classic Ubisoft Assassin's Creed escape sequence. Never gets old, really. Where'd you see me? Just the one. Alright, perfect synchronization. And here's a little thing they did. You can rate the memory after you do it. Serenity is not worth rating, so... Goodbye, loser. So yeah, this is Edward. He is not an assassin. He's just some guy who happened to be a pirate in the vicinity of an assassin who he murdered. Couldn't be too hard. And my sugar.
Sorry about the swift exit. Bit of a misunderstanding.
One heaped upon another.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, mate. This is my doing. I'm only trying to keep these Spanish eyes off me.
Oh, it's no bother. Regrettably, the soldiers confiscated my sugar when your dispatches.
Oh, his eye isn't gouged out. It's just he's just got a black eye.
Idea, I'm afraid. I suspect those chaps might, but my Spanish is muy mal dad, so I'd rather not ask.
My Spanish is very evil.
All right, come on. Let's follow them and recover my maps.
And my sugar?
What? In my drawers? We'll see what happens.
Eagle vision. Yep, because every protagonist has eagle vision.
You don't mind me tagging along, do you?
Not if you keep quiet and stay out of sight. Bonnet!
I believe I'm getting the hang of this.
Quiet!
I fear they're onto us.
Hang back.
Fuere Camelos, Epistalia, Fernano. Ducit sapiunt vobis with vestris scrotum.
Did I not actually hire those ladies? I don't think I did.
Mis hermanos son todos
Inciperes, sed statinam clatundissimum frenum. Ob subterfugium et umbra.
Buenos dias, senores.
Blending. It's blending.
We are very sorry, our captain delayed us.
Data ventris luctus abcardeucus. Oaca.
Ya que esas rameras inglés. Bien, vamos allá.
This will be Captain Mendoza? Yes, sir. He's very excited to meet you. Only he must be present for a hanging, senor. Hanging? I love a good hanging. Yes, sir. Very nice. If we hear the bell, we may go.
That should be... Oh, Ladder probably wants us to get to the high ground then.
I'd love to. Especially if Captain Mendoza's pulling the trap. The man owes me money for the slaves I sold him.
A good old Assassin's Creed retailing mission. One of those things that nobody but me seems to like.
Goods to sell, sugars and such.
Excellent.
Well, senor, the hanging will be started soon. Let's not dilly-dally. Yes, sir. We go.
Alright. Making good time. Making good time and good progress. Where are you running off to, my friends? I like that you can, like, the tag, they added tagging. Fucking hell, Edward! God damn it! Takes so long to climb something.
The hanging will be started soon. Let's not.
Let me see.
Yes, sir. We go.
Guess we didn't use the rooftops, we just kind of used the ground. That's the weird thing about Assassin's Creed that people don't seem to know, is that, like, the rooftops are actually not an efficient way to get around. It is far faster just to use the ground because of the number of guards on the rooftops. It is not worth it. Assassin's Creed 1 is the only exception to this rule, but in general, like, the roofs are slow compared to just being on the ground.
Almost there.
Don't climb. Just keep running.
This way. This way.
What are you in a hurry for? How are you not hearing me? Come on. Don't tarry. But also don't go too far.
Hecho.
How long will this hanging take, man? I don't mean to hang about all day for the captain.
Use the courtesans. The classic Ubisoft faction gameplay.
Only to hang the man, then he will deliver
To
your
eavesdrop on these poor schmucks.
I don't want the alleys, mind. I want goods, things I can sell, tobacco, rum, sugar.
See, we have much fine sugar.
I love how this is discreet,
A fat Englishman last night.
as opposed to like what this should be the most obvious man, in all of the Caribbean.
See, sugar from Barbados. Very fine. We hold it in the Castillo after the man started the fight last night. He ran, left his sugar behind. Very fine.
Well, that's a start. Shall I accompany him to the Castillo?
Come on.
Captain
Where the
Mendoza
sugar
will
is.
attend to you, I believe. You will see.
Good lord. Is that big brute your Captain Mendoza?
No, sir. He is El Tiburón. El Tiburón, Governor Torres' man.
Alright, we still have our blend spot. You're the most obvious blender in the world. Alright, Captain. Lead me to my maps. And my sugar.
Work your magic.
Haré cualquier cosa para complacer a mi hombre.
¡Tengo la vista!
Okay, you're gonna be one of those annoying fuckers.
¡Punto de mira!
Yeah, this is gonna be one of the annoying... I don't know why that didn't give me the pickpocket. I don't know why that didn't count. But apparently it didn't. Get out. Are you... Yeah, finally. Man, you just should have fucking let it all go, man. You shouldn't have done that. I like how they transition the objective from loot to, or from steal to loot. Once you kill the, that's a cool little detail. How they switch the objective up when obviously the situation has gone belly up. Pretty sure Edward canonically did that sneaky, but I'm not Edward and I don't care.
¡Alto!
take care of those fools. There were no witnesses. And that's the most important thing.
Hey, para. ¿Cree que se puede escapar?
Don't have a hidden blade yet, though.
¿Te conviene?
Nice try. Alright.
¿Crees que puedes despistarnos?
Alright.
Allí está.
No witnesses, I said. Why do you keep creating witnesses? All you have to do is not see anything, and you'd be fine.
Que no os vea venir.
See? Look how simple that is. I kill you and you don't see anything. Leave the sugar, I guess. That's mean. That's very mean, Eddie. Ed, and Eddie. Jump up, you fool. Thank you. Or whatever, that works too. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Here we go. And now we have to tell him that his sugar's still in the fucking customs office.
Sorry about the sugar. I've only one pair of hands.
Oh, it's no great loss. I've got plenty of cargo here to make a profit on my trip.
Will you stay here long?
For a few weeks, yes. Then back to Barbados, to the tedium of domesticity.
Don't settle for tedium. Sail for Nassau. Live life as you see fit.
Haven't I heard that Nassau is crawling with pirates? Seems a very tawdry place.
Not tawdry, liberated.
Oh, God. That would be an adventure. But no, I'm a
I mean, there is something romantic about pirate life.
Life can't be all pleasure and
It's
distraction, Duncan.
terrible, but there's something romantic about it.
Hey, our bonnet. The name's Edward, in truth. Duncan's only a handle.
Secret name for your secret meeting with the governor.
The governor, right. I think I've kept him waiting long enough.
Stay out of combat, that was a failure. That was fine. The fine memory. Yeah, we're not going to do a lot of optional stuff, because I don't have time or, like, interest in doing it all again.
Si te gustan las cortinas, ¿por qué no compras las?
But yeah, there is some... I appreciate there's a character in the game that's just, like, really, really in love with pirates. I don't know if that's a real-life historical figure. I have to double-check. Probably given Ubisoft predilection. But there is something romantic about the pirate life. There's a reason why, like, pirate fiction, even today, is still fairly popular. Because people like these stories of, like, liberated peoples who took back their freedom from the crown and struck off independently as their own people and their own, like, and did their own thing. Now, the reality is a little more complicated because most of the pirates of this era were British or Spanish sailors who were disavowed by the nations, either disavowed or just not paid what they were due by their countries they had sworn service to. So, like, a lot of these were, like, kind of the Corpus Brigade in tactics, where they were hired men who were brought into the army to do a job. They did their job. They were not paid for that job. And thus, since they still had the weapons and the ship, just became independent, like they started raiding vessels and became contractors of a sort. Like, most pirates were fucked over by the government. So...
Buenos dias. Mr. Duncan Walpole of England to see the governor. I believe he is expecting me.
Sí, señor Walpole. Entre, por favor.
And yet, the idea of freedom on the high seas
¿Cómo lo llamabas? ¿Asesino? Sí.
is an appealing one, and it still is. Even if you know that, like, oh yeah, a lot of those people were just fucked over. A lot of those people will die of scurvy because of malnutrition. There's, like, even knowing all of that, there's an appealing prospect to pirate fiction and piracy.
Good morning, sir. Would I be correct in thinking you are Duncan?
I am indeed.
I thought as much. Woods Rogers. A pleasure. The same. I must say, my wife has a terrible eye for description.
I'm sorry.
My wife. You met her some years ago at the Percy's Masquerade Hall.
Ah, quite.
She called you devilishly handsome. Obviously a lie to stoke my jealousy.
I don't know. I think Edward's kind of handsome.
Mr. Duncan Walpole.
Julien Ducasse. I hope your conversion to our order is an honest one. I have no love for assassins, but even less for liars.
I have not come to disappoint.
Up for a bit of sport, Duncan? The old man isn't ready just yet.
Ah, we have a gun now.
You've got my 2 best pairs of matched pistols, Duncan, so handle them with care.
If I had 8, I'd treat each as my own son.
Pull off a few shots if you like, get a feel for it.
I once fought beside a man who carried 9 on his person. They were a boon in battle, but hindered his ability to swim. Sadly.
Quite. A good kick, yes?
I long for the day where one firearm carries 4 bullets, and not the opposite.
I have a friend in England you may like to meet, Julien. James Puckle. He's
So,
something extraordinary.
you know, we've talked about this before with firearms of this era. They are not very accurate. They have a very wide spread. And additionally, you can only fire 1 shot at a time before having to reload. So pirates and other people who were like sailors would frequently like have like somewhere between like 4 and 8 on their person they would just be able to quick shot. If they were all preloaded, so rather than have like one gun with 8 rounds, you'd have 8 guns that each have 1 round. And then when you're not fighting, you can go and manually load those guns back up with new ammunition.
All right. Here's a simple challenge. Try to strike.